what I need to do. You know, takes a deep breath and it's time to start. But, you know, here comes MazeBeans, you know, taking a little bit of an early lead. No stocks count at the moment, but just kind of get the obstacle courses set up, the Jumanji setups in play, and it's up to Peli again to roll that dice, see where he needs to go at the moment.
Yeah, and again, this is going to be a really, really interesting matchup where Peli has got to try and find a way around the blocks. But again, if, you know, MazeBeans could just set up those traps, you know, just put up a block to stop the spin dashes, that is going to be very, very powerful tool.
I just love how MazeBeans straight away starts off with the block at the ledge, a little bit like just above ledge, and goes for the grab, just to kind of bait that stage spike setup.
Okay, again, Peli just trying to find a way to keep this Steve off stage. The spring coming in again. I always love how creative Peli gets with his ledge trapping, actually. He is always finding a different answer to something. He knows what he wants to do every single time. Is what makes him such a strong player. But of course, MazeBeans is now the one controlling the stage. Peli is able to successfully make it back, though. MazeBeans is going to have to hunt for a different way to kill this hedgehog.
I feel like the strongest thing that Peli is doing on the ledge is doing that nair at the ledge. What he does is he doesn't want the strong hit, right? He wants that sour nair because it connects into his back air, connects into up air, connects into all of his arrows, I believe, or most of them. And he can really, because it lasts for so long, it lingers at the ledge. So most of the options that MazeBeans will choose, Peli can kind of cover it and get a really nice kill. Just gets a straight hit right there and actually going to take the first stock. Yeah, so Peli definitely in the mood, right?
Peli just saying, oh, I see you stand there. Okay, cool. Foot to face. All right, but again, this is something that actually is quite interesting about the matchup here. Sonic is not the best with dealing with blocks here. You actually see that Peli is having to basically forward smash through these blocks just to actually break them, and sometimes they are not breaking even, you know, from such a strong move like that forward smash. And even things like obviously spin dash, you saw there being caught out by anvils, by minecarts, and it's actually what makes this quite difficult for Sonic to get through.
Yeah, that block just stopping the spin itself. Peli kind of finding it hard to maneuver. This is what I was saying about the long out game, right? You know, with the gyro stopping these ground approaches, that's what block's doing now. It's forcing Peli to spin in the air. He can't even like grab anything. He can't grab a block. He has to go in the air now. And if you want to challenge Steve's diamond aerials, be my guest, bro. But it's not going to end well for you.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so scary. And again, there you saw that Peli trying to do a grounded spin dash and just whacked into a block.
Yeah,
it is absolutely so instrumental that, you know, if he can't approach it, Steve is going to be so scary because you need to approach Steve. You cannot let him just mine for materials. And while MazeBeans, we were saying earlier, not the type of person generally, you know, mines for a lot of materials, he does like to kind of burn through them and then kind of wait a little bit, then mine for them. But
yeah, he does it like in a burst, right? He gets loads of them and then burns it straight away, and then he goes back to the drawing board on what he needs to do.
But he's absolutely still a player that if he sees an opportunity to mine, he'll take it. Okay, and again, these blocks just coming in so handy here for stopping. MazeBeans going flying over to the left, just keeping him safely on the stage there. Peli just trying to find a way in here, but MazeBeans actually in a bit of a reverse situation, kind of just retreating away, not really approaching. But a lovely catch there from Peli with that forward air is going to take away MazeBeans' stock. And now we're going to see something interesting here, how Peli approaches Steve, because he has the lead and doesn't necessarily need to go in.
Yeah, for sure. That deep fair edge guard, you know, Peli needed that just to kind of stay, like, you know, keep that lead. So I was talking about maintaining a lead can be kind of hard for both of these players. But at the moment, Peli's doing a great job this first game. And you see that even though MazeBeans has gold right now equipped, he does have diamond in the pocket, you know? The savings account is live. He asked Mum for the money, Mum sent the money in, and he's got it. He's ready to rock.
He's absolutely just keeping it in the pocket, waiting to use it. And there it is. MazeBeans saying, you know what, actually, I need to take the stock now while I'm still at a low percentage. Here we go. Peli just trying to deal with these blocks, find a way in, but you see how tough it is for Sonic to get through. He had to forward smash it about 5 times just to break about 2. Yeah,
Mickey was definitely his boxing coach. That man was punching the wall just for ages and ages, trying to get any result he can. And still, Peli in the lead, getting rid of the crafting table to kind of use up MazeBeans' resources even more, not helping his case especially. And like I said, Peli just trying to stay away from MazeBeans, doesn't want to deal with anything he has. But this leads to MazeBeans mining more and more. So it's kind of pick your poison. What do you want to do? What do you want out of this? You know?
Exactly that. Do you want to keep your lead and keep at a safe distance, or do you want to let Steve mine resources? That's the question you've got to answer. And Peli's, in a way, trying to do a little bit of both, but kind of failing actually, as you know, he hasn't really been able to touch MazeBeans in a very long time, actually. You know, while MazeBeans actually just quite insistent, saying, okay, like, I'm going to set up these small little traps here, send a minecart through, which you can get caught by, and then maybe I'll go in there.
I just like how they're both camping each other out. I think that's so funny to me. Even though MazeBeans has like a stock lead, oh no, sorry, Peli has a stock lead, they're both camping each other out.
But of course, something to keep in mind, Fabs, that clock is running real low. A minute and 25 on it right now. And of course, neither player, you know, really approaching the other means we are looking at a potential timeout. And MazeBeans definitely going to need to try and find a stock here and then tack on a fair bit of damage as well if he wants to take this game.
Yeah, I was going to say that Peli don't mind if it's a timeout. You know, he can do it all day. He's got the lead. He's nearly a whole stock up ahead. But the thing is with Steve is that he takes one stock, that percent deficit will change drastically. If he gets one up tilt on you, especially with Diamond, it can be a different story, man.
Okay, we finally hit that minute mark.
And here we go.
MazeBeans does take the stock, and now it is game on. You're going to try and tack on upwards of triple damage here. Get them up to that triple digits. But obviously Peli, you know, no stranger to that clock as well. Definitely would have recognized that it is running real low here. And obviously now just going to play his own game. He says, okay, I can you know, go in a little bit if I need to, but otherwise I can just wait this out,
no,
and I have a lot of damage. But as I was talking,
oh man, that tech was so clutch. Crutch was clutch from Peli, and damn, he's in a lot of trouble right now. 10 seconds left. Can he hold on? He needs to just run away from this monster. You see MazeBeans getting a bit happy with it, just trying to let anything fly right now.
And here we go. The 4 seconds is out. MazeBeans going to try and run away from Peli. It's just going to escape, and MazeBeans just trying to do anything, something, just to try and take the game and take the stock. Just fight, but it wasn't enough. Too much of a deficit to make up, and Peli takes game one with a timeout.
I was super scared at the end, man. I really thought when MazeBeans put blocks in different places to kind of block any option, whether it was the low, the mid, or even the high, so he forced him into that little window, that little pocket where he could capitalize. Fair spikes him,
exactly that.
DIs towards the ledge. Very smart from Peli, and techs it indeed to stay in and get the timeout indeed.
And of course, this is something I was going to talk about, but yeah, you can see those recent sets on the screen right now, and you may notice is even Stevens between them both here, sitting at a 2-2 record. Of course, last time they faced was at Invasion April 2022, where things went a little bit favorably for Peli, but very close. Okay, so here we go then, going into game two between these two, and obviously see how MazeBeans is able to approach and attack this Hedgehog. Are we going to see another timeout?
Opting for FD now. I wonder why they've opted for this stage. Just flat grounds, no platforms. So now Sonic's kind of have to go. There's no platforms to kind of hide on, to run on, to spin on, to mix up the spins. He has to go on the ground or in the air.
I think that's exactly why MazeBeans actually chose FD, because it does remove any kind of semblance of like a platform or something aerial for Peli to land on.
Yeah.
You know, so MazeBeans, very much in that last game as well, was setting up these traps where it was kind of just missing one block on the stage and then sending a minecart through it. Now, of course, on Poker Stadium 2, Peli could avoid that entirely by just going to the platform.
Yeah.
Here, Final Destination, you're not avoiding it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's correct. I was going to say the difference is that both these characters have a lot of extensions of platform combos. The difference is removing them doesn't mean anything for Steve because he makes his own platform, you know?
Exactly.
He can do up tilt combos and then extend off them himself, whereas Peli can't. But what Peli can do is get this lead in the second game and looking very strong in the second game too.
Alright, Peli finally able to take that first stock away as well. Only 40% as well. That is quite a small number, so something that MazeBeans got to make up here. But we know Steve can definitely do that damage here. But again, now Peli with a lead. We know how he likes it, and we know how he likes to just run away and make you know, approach him.
Yeah, but now all MazeBeans can do really is to mine. You know, you can't chase him. He's too slow for that. What he can do though is either throw out these mine carts and then mine back the resources that he's throwing away with the minecart.
Okay, Peli again. Now just keep that distance away, and each time, you know, charge down spin dash just cancelling it. You know, he is letting MazeBeans, you know, mine resources, but actually looking at that bar, MazeBeans not really able to get much out of it at all.
Telling you, this man has nothing. He doesn't care about anything. He's a really poverty through and through, just trying to do it for the poor. I'm telling you, he's the Robin Hood of Steve's, man. That's what he is right now, but he can't give anything to the poor right now because he's poor himself, so I don't really know what the plan is at the moment. Does have gold in the back pocket, though.
Yeah, exactly that. The diamond is in deck as well, but you know, he's going to run out soon, and of course, this percentage keeps climbing as well. That diamond back here is going to hit, though. Take away that stock. 99% on MazeBeans right now, though. Peli obviously going to be on the hunt here, trying to attack on a bit more damage. And in some ways, actually, what we're seeing here is removing those platforms, in a way benefiting Peli a little bit. Actually, yeah. Before, it seemed like, you know, MazeBeans was, you know, able to play around actually how Peli moved. But here, Peli is actually just, you know, quite happy just to, you know, charge that spin dash and then just cancel it out and, you know, play a little bit more grounded, you know, and MazeBeans not really able to do much about it.
Oh, traps him in the minecart, spikes him, looks for the landing option, doesn't cover it though. Peli with that aggressive landing, trying to say, do you know what, get the hell off me, I want to land my own way and then run away from you yet again. And you see MazeBeans brought this all the way back up, you know, doesn't have that many resources left, and Peli kicking him out the minecart, you know, saying to you to get your resources back. But the anvil, you know, it just never stops. Stock for stock every single time.
It's so inevitable that you are going to get hit by it. It's such a fast move, and it just drops down from the heavens above like a gift from the man in the big sky himself. But let's see, Peli keeping it even. Stevens here, just trying to small little hits here. And again, every single time, what Peli does in this matchup is he just goes for these smaller hits. And not really any like strings. He just finds a little bit in, retreats away. He doesn't want to deal with any of the nonsense that Steve can pull out.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely feel that. And you see MazeBeans putting just that one block in the middle of the stage, trying to disrupt any ground movement yet again. And I feel like Peli doesn't really care at the moment. He's kind of just running around it, spin dashing over it with aerials, but kind of unsafe back air on Maze's shield, especially with those diamonds. It's not going to look too good. Again gets the spike, again looks for the landing, and again doesn't get it. Peli being super evasive.
Yeah, MazeBeans playing with a bit of momentum here, but Peli is going to snuff it out there, trying to find a small few hits here. But again, the materials are looking low, but that diamond is still on deck. That back air is going to start hitting real soon, so you're going to have to watch out, Peli.
And again, another diamond in the back pocket. Looking super rich right now. Maybe he can give this to the poor.
Okay, and again, MazeBeans just set up, you know, this little kind of obstacle course here that Peli's got to get around. You know, and with us being in last stock and these triple digits on deck as well, you know, that timer is still quite high as well. We are not going to be looking at a timeout here.
We've got plenty of time
We have
right
got so much time to play with. Let's see, MazeBeans and Peli just trying to find that one opportunity, that one little mistake in each other to strike as hard as they can. This is where actually things look a little bit more favorably for MazeBeans, since he's got more options to bob your stock away, rather than Sonic, who sometimes can struggle to find that final hit.
And you see MazeBeans trying to mine as much as he can, doesn't have any resources, turns around with the S-Smash and gets it, and wow, he found that out of actually nowhere.
Yeah, exactly that,
out
just
nowhere.
Pulling the trigger and taking it away. Okay, 1-1 Peli MazeBeans, but again, this is coming down to the wire every single time. MazeBeans absolutely can take this, but Peli is a force to deal with always. He's been in these positions countless times, and he always fights back. And look, obviously, as we saw in their set records, this is always how it normally looks between these two. They often go to these game 3s, these game 5s, but it's now just a case of deciding who takes it in the end. Do we have angry Peli, or do we have the very kind of calm MazeBeans, actually?
Well, it's different. I don't know how to describe it, but the way MazeBeans plays Steve is super peculiar because he's all about advantage state, but he doesn't care about the resources, you know? His resource bar is always 0, but the main thing is Peli isn't capitalizing it off it as much as I feel like he could, right? He's not exposing Steve for not having many resources. He's letting him mine. Yes. Even though he obviously has the lead, so he can camp sometimes, he needs to remember that, like, bro, if you don't have any resources, Steve can't do too much, you know? He has so much, there's no anvil there.
Exactly.
You can punish the 0 iron.
Yeah, and we saw it actually in the previous set with MazeBeans and Zanatti, how every single time that MazeBeans was low on resources, Zanatti was going in and punching hard, and that was what was working out for him. Yeah, where he was able to find those stocks because he was punching so hard on them. But, you know, obviously, as you say, Peli is not really sort of going in and actually just opting, you know, to let MazeBeans do what he wants. He's playing it very, very safely, and in some cases it's working out, in some cases it's not.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, there's some options you can do. Peli finding a good run right there, sealing that deal with the first stock with the back air, and MazeBeans has crafted that diamond, and he's looking to expend that cash for sure.
Okay, and Scotland getting loud here for MazeBeans. They've been rooting for their boy all day. Of course, the Anvil back out as well has been the sealer of so many people's demise. Obviously trying to take that stock away from Peli, but Peli, again, just each time, you know, even sort of like putting a little bit of damage on the blocks, you know, instead just, you know, retreating a little bit.
And you see MazeBeans trying to bait any approach off the blocks, trying to punish with the up smash, but, you know, Peli was just a little bit too safe with that net. Maybe he spaced it. I don't know for sure. But he was able to kind of escape.
Okay, and again, Peli just trying to find a way in here. Gonna get stuffed up by a down smash. MazeBeans finally finding that stock away. Peli, obviously, you know, tearing down MazeBeans. Not much damage put on him as well, and starting to climb it here. The Diamond Gear is definitely doing the work here.
I like the way that MazeBeans uses Minecraft offensively. He likes to tech chase with it, right? He'll do a couple moves, see where you're going to tech chase, and then the minecart covers a lot of options. And if it grabs you, it's potentially your stock, honestly.
Exactly that, and this is what makes it so scary. You have to respect it always. And the way that MazeBeans actually, more than a lot of people, he loves to use that minecart. Yeah, and he often just pushes it through these blocks, you know, waiting, you know, to try and strike, and then he punishes hard off it as well.
Yeah, I feel like now MazeBeans is starting to like put these like big walls on the ledge, so it forces Peli to come up from above, trying to act like the big bad wolf. But you know, I think MazeBeans is like the fourth pig to actually escape because he's not letting it happen.
Yeah, exactly that. You could just literally set up these walls, these little traps that, you know, to force your opponent into, and that is, you know, and obviously you punish them hard when they do fall into it, like a mouse falling into a trap. MazeBeans right now is absolutely really just showing that right now. He is really starting to climb this percentage on Peli.
Yeah, even with like little to no resources, is that he's punishing any approach Peli does. If he comes at him, he's hiding behind the block with an F smash or a down smash ready, and he finishes that game with the back end. You see Peli's hands in the heads, just looking for options to do. What can he do? You know, asking himself, what do I need to do to beat Mr. DIY himself? You know, the Mr. Home Depot himself.
Yeah, that was looking very MazeBeans favored there.
Yeah.
That is the most dominant game we have seen in a set and in previous sets as well at other tournaments where these two are so back and forth. But MazeBeans really just, yeah, taking full control there, especially after that first stock was lost. He just said, okay, right, I think I know what I need to do here. I need to catch this hedgehog in a trap and punish him hard.
I feel like Peli has the answers, but he just needs to figure out where to put it all together. You know, it's kind of like a puzzle, I guess. You know, there's a lot of pieces he's got, but he just needs to connect it to make that final piece, that final ending of the puzzle. But when you're fighting a puzzle as you know, like MazeBeans, like Steve, where it's very complex, it's kind of hard. You know, it's definitely aimed for age 7 to 9. It's definitely for like adults. I don't know how you deal with a Steve.
And sometimes it does feel like a puzzle where someone has intentionally hidden the pieces away. You cannot find them, you cannot complete it. But Peli has obviously, you know, got to try and find a way through. He's got to take this game. He wants to take this to Game 5. After how that winner's final set went down against Longo, he wants to make it back. But MazeBeans is playing with a whole different force here. He's got momentum, he's got a game plan, and Peli's got to be the one to fight through it.
Yeah, this is where Peli has to dig deep. You know, he's game 4, he's 2-1 down. This is a must-win game, of course. He has to, you know, find something in the back, find something in the gas tank to really propel himself to this Game 5 with momentum.
Okay, again, this is what we're seeing a little bit more. Okay, just, you know, just gonna pop that there, just, you know, waiting for you to approach it.
I'm telling you, bro, he can parallel park, he can park, he can do whatever he wants. Crazy kid.
MazeBeans, again, he's just taking his time, actually. What we're seeing a bit more, actually, compared to earlier games is MazeBeans actually just quite insistent on being the one to camp out Sonic, actually. Yeah. It's definitely, as we were saying before about how he's sort of, you know, setting up these traps, it definitely feels that way where, you know, before he was very much going on aggression. He was, you know, very much relying on these anvil, these minecars, you know, everything like that. He's throwing down the TNTs everywhere to force Peli into an unfavorable position. But now, actually, he's setting up these blocks, he's mining a bit more, and then he's seeing, okay, kind of keeping a watchful eye on where Peli is and sort of saying, okay, like, I'm going to mine a little bit, but it's just going to be bait, actually, so I can strike you harder.
Yeah, it looks like both are struggling to kind of find that kill. But I always feel like MazeBeans just looks that little bit more comfy. You know, even getting the F-smash out, he just looks more comfy in neutral. You've got Peli running around, trying to find an opening, and you've got MazeBeans on the other side of the stage doing whatever the hell he wants.
And of course, I said before about how Sonic is one of those characters that can sometimes struggle to find that final hit, while Steve obviously has so many on deck. And of course, I think that's what we're starting to see here as well, where Peli is getting hit by so many strong moves, but is not able to find the hit that he wants. Yeah,
that might be one issue with Sonic. Obviously, he kills mostly with the back air, right? Yeah. So maybe that's kind of telegraphed to MazeBeans, whereas Steve's got a lot of options to work with that he can use to abuse Sonic's disadvantage state, I guess. But, you know, Peli trying to keep it competitive. 2 stocks apiece, but he is down spit 50%. But Sonic can rack up a lot of damage if you're not careful. Puts you into that spin vortex, I like to call it, and it can be a world of hurt, for real.
Of course, you can never count out Peli, even while he's down like this. This man, he is a student of the game. He has had a break recently from it, but now he's back in full force. And I mean, after showing a boss battles last week as well, he's reminded people that he was always the strong player that he has always been. Now, he's just got to try and dig deep, find his footing, and get through this wall that MazeBeans has set up.
And you see it right there. Look, that's what I said, man. On the ledge, he puts these really annoying, complex, different type of block get-ups or situations, and it's up to Peli to kind of figure out, you know, where he's going. It feels like a Pokemon gym, you know, when you're starting out and you got to find out which puzzle to find the gym leader. And you finally find Maze, but he's got that level 99 whatever to just kind of get you out the way, you know. It just feels like an impossible task for Peli at the moment.
So you get through all the trainers just to face the gym leader at the end, you know, waiting for you with that strong opponent. But see, Peli starting to find a little bit of momentum here, going into a different gear entirely, as he is now finding the hits that he wanted since the start of the set.
Yeah, you see even the crowd are trying to give some momentum to Peli singing Escape the City, you know, they're trying to do something to boost the morale, but I don't really think MazeBeans cares about all that. I think he wants the Minecraft tunes in play right now.
And very much MazeBeans is the type of player who plays his own game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for every tournament he's ever been at, he's never been really worried about what, you know, his opponent's doing. He just says, you know, I am going to play what I know because I know my own strengths.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, but Peli, again, has started to really narrow this gap between them. It was looking so bad at the start, but finally, this gap has definitely closed. Only 5% separating them. But again, you've got to try and finish that final hit. Find the hit that you want to take the stock away. But MazeBeans has still got materials on deck to do that for you.
Yeah, Peli is tacking on a lot of percent. Actually in the lead now with the percent. Just needs to find that kill, but MazeBeans pushing him off stage, getting the reversal of his own, and that down tilt going to linger at the ledge, force Peli off stage yet again.
Okay, Peli hanging on here, but so is MazeBeans. He's just Peli trying to find the strong hit, like something like that back air, but I feel like MazeBeans is ready for it. He's aware that Sonic can struggle and that Peli has been relying on these back airs.
Yeah.
So just setting up these blocks so he can keep himself, you know, safely away from the Hedgehog and to set up a few more materials while he mines for things like iron so he can send out those mine cards that if Peli gets caught in one, absolutely going to take the stock away.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. But now look, they're both at high percent, 142, 143. And neither one wants to approach that clock ticking down. 90 seconds on the clock.
And we have still got 2 stocks to play with as well. We are not even down to the final one, so timeout is definitely on the cards here. And I think both of them recognize it as they're very much scared to poach each other. But Peli, my brother, you cannot spin dash into a sword.
Doesn't opt for the up throw or F throw, just wants to get the down throw just to push him off the ledge. Benefits from there as well with the fair kill. And we're going to be last stock apiece, 1 minute left.
Yeah, this is it now. It is very much even Stevens here. But of course, Peli has got to be the one to take this game. MazeBeans is 1 game away from moving on into loser side of grand finals. But Peli wants this. He wants the run back. But you've got to find some hits because MazeBeans is tacking on the damage right now.
Yeah, you've got 30 seconds left, I believe, and look at the percent, man. It's not going anywhere right now. Not going into high for sure. One of them has to get a cheesy edge guard, or it's going to go to time yet again.
Okay, and MazeBeans again. He really was just using that diamond gear to the full effect, but...
Ooh, punches the get up attack.
But Peli, a bit more momentum. The anvil does arrive, but still not going to take the stock away. Peli hanging on here, but that timer looking real low. We're going under 10 seconds. And Peli, you've got to find some hits.
And you see Peli going gung-ho right now. It's all or nothing. He's going out of the blast zone, going straight for it. Has to get the kill right now. Something.
It's over.
Oh, no way!
He's done it.
No way! Smart, no way! No way!
1 second.
Smart, no way!
Peli, you are a clutch god. You are a clutch god,
No
Peli.
way. You see Peli taking off the headphones, putting them straight back on. Now, you know he prayed to all the gods in the world, no matter the religion. He found that stock from there. I don't even know where he found the stock up from. Heavens, hell, I don't know. But definitely stepping up that guilty gear right now. Lord!
I am shook. I cannot even think of the words to say. Peli literally snuffing that out in the final seconds.
And you're going to see MazeBeans kicking himself with that little diamond axe in the back. Lord, he's going to be so upset. How do you throw that last game, Smart? That's got to do something to your head right now.
It's got to hurt when you're literally a mere second away from winning, and yet your opponent is able to find it. But that is going to do wonders for Peli's mental right now, because he is
This isn't right now.
back.
He's taking hella percent. That mental getting cooked at the moment, 70% on your head, nothing to answer back. MazeBeans said, you know what, I don't care about that last game. I'm just going to win this last game anyway.
Okay, Peli, you have brought us to a game 5, but can you take all the way? But again, you've got to find a way in first. That's the problem.
Yeah. You see now both of them. You see Peli approaching and losing a stock super early. It's like MazeBeans starting where he left off.
And this is something about MazeBeans that has always been very apparent in every tournament.
Oh
he
my
has a solid mental. And even despite, how that last game ended, he's just walking away. He's dominating this game as if it didn't even matter.
Smart! No way, bro.
What is MazeBeans playing with right now? I think, honestly, hidden behind that calm demeanor, I think MazeBeans is angry right now.
Honestly,
I see a little bit of
the
aggression.
beans have definitely come out the tin. They're absolutely spilling all around PS2.
That tin of beans is being thrown directly into Peli's face here with aggression. And again, Peli's just got to find a way in, but he's still struggling to actually find those final hits. But MazeBeans running low on materials, so this is the time for Peli to strike if MazeBeans lets it happen.
Yeah, he's got literally the bar is in hell. It's 0 right now. There's nothing he can do resource-wise, Just trying to build anything he can. This is where Peli needs to run and get these stocks quickly. His percent has already been lapped.
Yeah, and of course, Diamond back on as well. He's got plenty of material to work with. Just enough to be an annoyance to Peli. Because you obviously got to watch out for things like that anvil, because that will now take your stock away quite happily.
Yup.
Okay, but I think Peli's still struggling here. And while MazeBeans still with that diamond gear, trying to find a small hitters. And again, gets rid of the diamond gear, immediately brings it back out.
Oh, that fast full up air. The last hit of it, clutching out just to make sure they didn't get attacked by that F smash. And you see MazeBeans kind of getting happy with the smash attacks, throwing out the down smash, getting a little bit too leery, but it doesn't matter. Peli finally finds the stock, but he is, again, another mountain to climb. But hey, he conquered Mount Everest.
Exactly. Now, after how last game ended, I don't think anyone can ever count out Peli, because this man definitely knows not to call it quits at the start. But Fabs, it's quite a mountain to climb.
Absolutely. And he's got to put on the hiking boots, put on the gear on. He's got to get climbing for sure, because it's looking all MazeBeans at the moment. Game 5, these gold up tilts going to come out just that little bit faster, but ain't got enough resources to keep the platform extensions going.
Yeah,
the
just
block
going
extensions.
a little bit too high up to this guy, so couldn't continue it into the up smash. But, I mean, despite that, that's still a lot of damage being put on. Peli.
Ooh, hold on.
Starting to find these hits, though, just back hits, all connecting to each other, and each of them doing what they needed to. But, my goodness, MazeBeans just continuing onwards with this aggression, this full force dominance against this Hedgehog.
Oh, hides behind the block just to kind of cover any hitbox that Peli puts out. He can block it and then hit him with his own, with the gold F smash. Doesn't really work at the moment. He's got to find the stock, man. It's looking very hard.
And it's so scary as well for Peli here, because you saw him kind of tentatively approaching Steve there when he put up that wall. But he cannot do it kind of haphazardly. He has to be careful in how he does, because he cannot afford a single mistake here.
And there he goes, gets the late nair, but looks for the back air, but I think the back air was just that little bit too slow. MazeBeans going to be counting his blessings for sure.
And that's going to do it. That's 100% going to do it. And Peli, you fought hard. You fought so hard. You clutched in that game 4. But unfortunately, not enough in the tank to take it to the end.
Yeah, huge congrats to MazeBeans. I just want to say, really strong showing that whole game, that whole set. To lose like that,
exactly.
Honestly, to lose like that in game 4, even as like a kid, I know he's not like too young anymore, but like even as like that type of young,
yeah,
very good mental stamina to just stay in the set. I've still got it, and the way he dominated the first what, 2 stocks, you know, great showing. He's ready to win this whole tournament.
He really is, and I mean, as you say, like after how you lost that game 4, so many players at this tournament, so many people in this room would have been so affected by that.
Yeah.
Yo, but MazeBeans really just said right at the end, you know what? Okay, I know I can take this to the end, and I know I can push through to grand finals. And now we have reached the grand finale here at
We're ready to wrap it up, bro.
2.
We're ready to wrap it up. Put a little bow and tie on it. We got Longo against MazeBeans, Rob, Steve. Everyone's favorite 2 characters, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rob and Steve, everyone's favorite 2 characters.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Duking it out to see who actually is the champion of Tea Party 2. You know, who's sipping just that a little bit more on the scalding hot tea for today.
Yes.
We're gonna see who wins. But yeah, we're gonna get quick shout outs to GP. I want to say quick shout outs to GP.
Exactly, yeah.
In my opinion, the best TO I've ever dealt with. I've been to tournaments all around the damn world, guys. Maybe just the US and the EU. But still, GP, one of the best. Big shout outs to him coming back to doing events. And Tea Party 2 was my first one. I didn't go to Tea Party 1. It's been amazing. The vibes, I'm excited for the after party later, but you know, the vibes, the whole event, the venue, Thetford not really the best place, but it's still a great event. I just want to, you know, be honest and say shout-outs to GP, shout-outs to everyone watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this top 4 that me and Smara are presenting, because I'm not going to lie, it's been a blast so far.
And I mean, like, GP, I think, I've always said it from the start, but GP is the only person in the world that could force 150 people to come back to Thetford. Not only just to come to Thetford, but to return here after the first tournament.
Crazy.
So, while Nutmos is, of course, thanking everyone, yeah. Huge shout outs to GP and of course all the staff involved and all the commentators seen today putting on a show for you. It's been absolutely magical. And of course here to bring it to the end where we will finally crown our champion. Will it be Longo, Vader from Germany, or will it be MazeBeans traveling all the way down from Scotland, having just taken out one of the best players in Europe? Yeah,
one of the EOE kings, one of them had just perished right there, but it's now up to some of our UK blood to stop this this German invader indeed. And it's a very strong one in itself as well, you know. That Rob packs a punch.
It really does. And I mean, Longo obviously having taken out Peli in a set that was otherwise going quite badly from at the start, but still able to clutch it out. Longo is definitely feeling it right now. This is the best he has been in form all day, and now he's sitting in that winner's side. He's still got a reset to play with. That is going to do absolute wonders. Can breathe a bit of sigh of relief into him. That even if things start to go badly, he's still got another chance to figure things out.
Do want to counter that, though, is that not many tournaments do this, guys, but there is a rule in place for this tournament specifically. Shout outs to Lucretio. It is called the Lucretio rule, where if you win in winners, the pot is bigger for the winner, right? So if you get reset, the pot's just that little bit smaller. And the reason why is because we have a lot of TPs. I don't mind calling them out. We have a lot of TPs in the UK that love to sandbag. If you're watching it, you know who you are. You like to sandbag. You like to show that you can play. Hello Pockets. It's not just one person. I've seen a lot of people do it. And I'm finally glad that we're cracking down on it. Stop playing your pockets.
We have put our foot down.
The crowd
finally.
don't care. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, we're going to see that even though obviously, like you said, he does have the reset option if he needs, but I no longer wants that money.
Oh, yes.
You know,
he wants a bigger bag.
He traveled for a reason.
We all want a bigger bag.
Oh,
That's why we're here. That's why we travel down. We want that money at the end of it. And Longo, definitely, having come all the way from Germany for this tournament. Yeah, he's obviously going to be wanting to take back a fair bit of cash in his pocket. So we know he's going to be going all out for